Hello and welcome to TFTV. You are joining myself, CommanderX, WARHURYEAH, and Jon as we cover the LEGO versus TLR game. This is a week 6 game, I'm going to say. They're going to be playing, is it Snakewater and Viaduct? Am I correct in thinking that?
You can think many things.
It is Snakewater and Viaduct.
I'm about to tell you the truth.
I confirmed it.
It is Snakewater and Viaduct.
Thank you for the information, War. It was very helpful and prompt. Yeah, they're still deciding on a server right now, so we'll keep you updated with how that pans out. Before that, me and War are just going to talk about things.
Yeah, such as the pressing subject of how difficult it can be to select a server. You know, sometimes when you get given a server connect, then you see, by Jove, this server has absolutely fine ping for all of my teammates, but it's not hosted in the country of my choice, and we must find one that I prefer.
The ultimate difficulty.
They offer their server, and then the other team, I don't know, like one of their medics, I don't know, one of their players are like, I've got 5 more ping than normal. Can't play on the server because it's lagging for me once.
I think I'm listening to some kind of like David Attenborough cast of watching 2 teams deciding on the server.
It's like if I have a problem with like a team, you know, when they sort of go, we can't play on the server because one of our players is lagging. What I do is when I join their server, I make sure I'm the last to join, and like your ping's always really, really high at the start. So I go in, like my ping's like 100 because I've just joined, and I just said I'm lagging, can't play here, and I just leave. And then we go back to square one. These are normally against the Russians. French are like this as well.
It's a solid strategy if you don't want to play your matches on time. I know how much everyone hates starting promptly, which is why we've not gone live until 20 past 8. You know, it's really painful to start on time. As well,
because 425 didn't play against either of these teams today. So that is quite surprising.
It's perplexing. Maybe we should talk about a giveaway, because we are giving away another mouse mat, which I still have not learned to pronounce.
A mouse mat? What mouse mat is this called, CommanderX?
I really don't like how much of the spot you're putting me on right now.
It's called the TT Esports by Thermal Take Iris.
Oh wow, you've been doing your research.
No,
good thing one of us is prepared.
I actually watched a VOD from the previous cast, so I could remember how it's actually pronounced. Yeah.
Solid, yeah. Good choice.
I googled it as well, how to pronounce Pyrus.
Is it on the TT website info page?
There's just a YouTube video where someone's made a video on how to pronounce
a tutorial for casters on how to pronounce this mouse mat.
Like pear. And yeah, I learned a lot today. I should have been at work, but you know.
Well, you know, priorities are important to have in life.
Yeah.
Maybe I should finish telling you what the giveaway is. The giveaway of this mouse mat will be run in a competition format where you have to tell us what the total number of kills will be for a team on the second map. Which team should we pick, War?
Wait, sorry, what was that? I wasn't listening.
So, to win the prize, you have to tell us how many kills the team will get in total on the second map.
Okay.
But which team should it be? Should it be TLR or should it be LEGO?
Because I expect it to be a 5-0 roll on Viaduct, which is impossible. I would say it should be LEGO, just because like, it'd just be funny if they didn't hit double digits. And someone guessed like 9.
12. 12 frags, most of them by F2. Yeah, so now we have a competition. The competition starts now, and your entries must be submitted before the second map starts.
But where do I enter this competition, CommanderX?
I'm glad you asked, War. The competition, there is no news post, so you will have to post your answer
to my
match page. Not to War's blog. Don't be fooled into that one. many experienced internet user has been tricked onto War's blog before from all around the globe.
Like, loads of people just keep on typing on there because they think they're going to get a free Domino's voucher.
Maybe you should just stop advertising that if people visit your website enough that you're going to give them free Domino's vouchers.
Well, that's the point. They have to enter to win.
You have to be in it to win it.
Yeah.
The same as this competition.
Nicest comment wins.
Unfortunately, we don't have a nicest comment wins here. It's the most accurate comment. And if there are two answers that are the same, if someone steals your answer, the winner will be the person who posted it first.
Wait, are we doing it based on the match page? Why don't you do it on the TFTV post?
Because that's what Sunny Black told me to do.
Sunny Black is... You know, ESCA isn't going to be doing another EU season. And there's a very good reason for that. It's because Sunny Black tried to overthrow ESCA. And he was caught actually using the ESCA client to mine for Doge coins. Is it Doge? Doge coins. Anyway, yeah. So
if someone can make a tutorial for that as well, that'd be fantastic. We'll prepare ourselves for next week.
Give us a hand on how to pronounce that particular cryptocurrency.
A guide on pronouncing cryptocurrencies.
Then we're not so ill prepared.
We are willing to watch the video as long
I
as
would
it's
also
under a minute.
like to take this opportunity to apologise for my keyboard. I just like to make a lot of noise.
War needs an awful lot of attention, or he feels undervalued.
Somebody in the VOD when I was casting Bad Marble said that it sounded like a very aggressive game of table tennis happening in the background, which made me guffaw.
It'd be funny if one time you got a quieter keyboard but hosted a very competitive table tennis match in the background.
In my incredibly small cupboard-like room.
That's why it's so intense, because there's not a lot of space to work with, you know?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. Sometimes what I do, if I'm over on like someone's Mumble, I'll just sort of sit here and just go. And there's that website called Hacker Typer, so you can just pretend to be hacking, and it just comes up with like green code. And I was just sort of sit there and just go, I'm almost in. I'm almost in. Hold on.
Like you can't be bothered to copy and paste the server info, you'd rather just hack your way into the server through the passwords.
Get into the mainframe. I've got free porn for another month. My subscription's now valid.
If only that was the prize for guessing the correct amount of kills.
We would get many an entry. Because there's definitely no other ways they could get a hand on apart from going to the shops and buying the special magazines.
Then it wouldn't be free, that wouldn't be a prize.
Yes, so. I'm going to use this opportunity to tell us about War's blog. I have a blog. You can find this blog at WARHURYEAH.com. Oh, what's that?
Do you actually have URL?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. That's it. The professional down, man. Actually, yeah, I should really put professional instead of competitive. As a .com, which means that I am now a professional. I don't know what that means, but it just basically means that it's just easier for me to pronounce because I forgot which way the WordPress part goes. It's always quite embarrassing.
It's as embarrassing as not being able to say cryptocurrencies correctly.
There's videos on it as well, which people will like. There's a picture on there as well. If people would like, I mean, we've got plenty of time because it is TLR. They do have to submit to server, so we've got about half an hour to another 45 minutes. Even though I do have a girlfriend, I'm sure she's more than thrilled for me to be sitting up here most of the evening whilst I cast a cartoon shooter.
I do believe she's not your girlfriend anymore.
Oh dear. Do not accept that.
What a blunder.
What a blunder. I hope she's not tuning in.
Or sitting behind you.
Because everybody, I have some fantastic news. I'm going to get married. That's right. Someone of the female variety has decided that I am suitable to be with
a suitable suitor
for the future for a bit. So yeah.
I do believe that was also largely due to your blog, that decision.
No, actually, the story goes, we were both playing, we met on TF2 for everybody. Here's a nice little story. I was playing on UKCS Dust Bowl 24/7, server 5. We were both a little bit lonely. I had just got about 8 kills in a row with a Kritzkrieg. She was like, "Whoa, look at this guy with his amazing hats and his amazing ability to kill people in public servers. He's pretty hot." She added me. She was pretty impressed. Next thing you know, she's healing me all the time in public. And I was like, "Yo, let's meet up." We met up. And I've been stuck up here for 4 years.
It was such a nice story for almost all of it.
It was absolutely a joyous occasion to tell my parents about what my plans were. The best part was when I didn't tell them anything and I just left.
What do you mean you just left?
I didn't tell my parents where I was going.
Home.
I just bought train tickets and just walked out the door. and then my mum sent me a text message like, "Where are you going?" "Oh, I'm just meeting a girl on the internet for the next 5 days. See you later, Mum."
Did you reply? Did you get like a good luck?
I don't know. I can't actually remember, to be honest. And then that was it.
How romantic. Congratulations, Mr. War.
Thank you.
Maybe at some point we should talk about that TF2 game that might be coming up within the next day.
Well, they had decided on a server which was an absolute highlight. We should have really been casting that server selection, to be honest. I think we should have had like a group chat open in Steam and we can cast what they're saying to each other. They'd be like,
get the team comms in for the server
Lego
selection.
have chosen a Hyper-Z server. However, TLR do not accept that as Nox gets bad routing to the Netherlands region. But they are countering with a servme.tf server. But again, it does depend on which one they choose. As I think TLR have also said, they can't pick the Slate servers, although that is the only one that Lego will go for. That's what it would pretty much sound like.
A difficult situation indeed.
Well, having played against TLR, that's normally how it goes.
They are 12 in the server, and they are setting win limits and such. Should we do some kind of prediction, some kind of where we think the game's going to be won and lost, lost and won?
I think Lego are possibly going to get absolutely destroyed.
I don't know, TLR did look awfully, I don't know, below
TLR
par.
did beat like Made in Germany though over 2 maps, and they do have Nox again, which was the reason why they won that. Because at the moment the only problem with TLR was most of their calls and communication was based around Hiss. Like everything went through sort of him, which isn't exactly what he's not the sort of like bite player where he wants to dictate everything. But his teammates, his teammates weren't very vocal in the terms of like offering information to him, giving him extra calls and stuff like that. Whereas Nox can micromanage a little bit more, but you have 2 players that can sort of contribute to the comms, like discuss what's going to go on. It's always good to have like a second opinion and a second outlook on what your team wants to do during fights.
Look how well it works for us with yours and mine opinion in fights. It means it almost never fails when we make any kind of play or forward motion.
Yeah, like when we instruct one of our teammates to hold in a certain position, it happens flawlessly.
There's never any issues or confusion or misplacement or anything.
Or any misinterpretation of instructions. Because you can't misinterpret standing G's. So that's why it goes so smoothly. Anyway, I'm
glad we've turned this into passive-aggressive TV.
Yeah, just like snide remarks at our teammates.
It's
like, and as you can see here, Lego do have their entire lineup, and including both of their scouts, unlike some team where one of the players doesn't feel like playing anymore. I'm
not saying anything. Scout. I just hope Denia doesn't win the prize this time. Just throwing it out there.
He came into our team, won the prize, and left. Anyway, they readied up, so I think I heard 2 whoosh noises.
I don't think you did because we're now 11 on the server real time.
Never mind. Anyway, so with Lego as well, we saw what happened against, was it? I think I played, last time I cast it was against the French team, Awesome Maniacs, I think they're called. They were quite bad. Their flank was incredibly poor. Like, it was non-existent for the whole 2 maps that they played. Like, it just wasn't there. The only good part was, like, Zen and Natural in F2 sort of linking up well. Dr. Phil was pretty weak. Frizzle was poor. And we might see more of the same. I mean, Rake and Kyler are pretty decent. They're getting a good partnership going. They will only really struggle with Zen. I wasn't really too impressed with Hellberg last time I saw them. The 2 of them are leaving the server, so maybe they've disagreed on agreeing on the server.
I think they've rejoined the server. I think it's just maybe they're having loadout issues. I know that was a problem for some people in a warm-up.
It would have been a good play from TLR, do the agree-disagree fake. We would not have seen that coming. It's instead of faking Uber, they're faking server.
Rake just messaged me saying, go in live soon, I think. Excellent. So that is somewhat promising. It was interesting, I don't know if you saw it, when Lego played Made in Germany, and Lego were super duper passive.
Now
they have to play Viaduct, which is the opposite of a passive map. Do you think we'll see Lego just look really out of place? Confused?
No, I think on this map you can turtle it. So what I'd expect to happen is if Lego by any chance do get middle, they'll probably then take the opportunity to run a heavy pyro engineer and
sniper.
Sniper.
I imagine Hellberg might actually. You said you weren't impressed in Hellberg, but he is in auto aim, I believe.
He
so
is.
We could see him appearing on
is
the
also
sniper.
in auto aim, which completely nullifies the purpose of that group. Hellberg was a decent sniper. He hasn't been as on form in Prem, probably because the players aren't from Div 4, so it is going to be harder to hit people. But it depends.
That's due to the exploitation of the A and the D buttons.
Yeah, I really think that ETF2L should step in next season and put a ban on both A and D, possibly space and control.
Space and control? Oh,
yeah.
I've never heard of that before.
Please it just means that it remains on, we're all on the same level. Nobody takes height advantage. So, there's no exploitation of doing those, what's it called? Explosion jumps?
Explosion jumps, I do believe, is the correct
when you use the explosion to get you up. Yeah, it's something that needs to be forced out of this game.
Yeah, just before anything happens, as the server decision making is still going, just remind everyone of a competition. You will need to enter on the match page, which I shall put in chat right now. Pow! The question that you need to answer as accurately as possible is how many total kills the Lego team will achieve on the second map. So not this map, but the Snake Quarter map that will be coming up after this. How many total kills they will have, and I want you to post your answer on the match page between these 2 teams that has been linked in chat. The competition begins, well, it began 10 minutes ago, but it will end as the second map goes live. So any entries after that will be null and void and not counted. If there is a tie where 2 people say the same answer, the person who said the answer first will be the winner of the match.
But Commander, what if they say the exact same thing at the same time with the exact same answer?
Then I'll pick one on a whim.
That isn't Denia.
I'll pick whichever one is least like Denia.
Is least connected as well. So any Swedes out there, be warned.
Yeah, if I was Swedish, I'd try and get your answers in early and not post them at the exact same time as someone else with the same answer if possible.
I'm trying to be unique, Try and come up with like a ballpark figure that no one's going to get right.
Maybe use decimal places to edge your bets.
Yeah.
If someone puts 121, you think it's going to be slightly over 121? Just put 121.2.
There is also a bonus competition if you can guess how much damage I'm going to do over both maps. spoilers. It's a lot.
I'm getting so many PMs complaining about me saying please use decimal point places for total kills. It makes sense. It's a
Well,
logical
what we're going to have
decision.
to do is get Gentleman John to write up a blog, a stats blog just for this, so we can work out the damage to decimal places and everything.
Exactly.
You can't really do half a damage though. Let's be honest, because
I could use half a damage.
have you ever seen your health go down to like 0.15?
No, because as the world's best medic, I never see my health drop below 140. So I don't really know what this 0.5 is.
You're too scared to leave spawn.
Safety first.
They can't get me, and I can't drop if I'm in there.
They have gone live in real time. So let's do. So your prediction was TLR are going to smash it.
They're going to
I really
smash.
don't. From what I saw in the warm up, I really don't like TLR hold when they have the point, and I think that will be exploitable, and Merlin will force quite easily. So I'm going to have to go against you. I'm going to go Lego 3-2.
Because nothing is more accurate than a PCW versus a mixed team.
Exactly. Exactly, but if they hold badly against a mixed team, probably means that's where they like to hold.
Well,
Probably.
as Byte always said to me, it's just a mixed team. They're playing like fucking retards. Sorry. I shouldn't have cussed.
That was a quote, so it doesn't count as a cuss.
Yeah, it doesn't. No, but it's not my fault Byte said that.
You know, like he could have just been polite about it, but
I didn't say
what
it.
can he do?
Whilst we wait for the game to start, I'm going to take off my clothes because it's getting hot in here.
Oh, good. Well, War Strips. They are going to go live, I believe. So, welcome to CFTV. You're watching this ETF2L Week 6 match. The first map will be Viaduct, and our two teams will be The Last Resort and Lego. I'm fairly sure they've gone, but it looks an awful lot like a timeout.
It's a pre-warm-up pause, I believe this one's called. So this is when people have had enough. Please don't kill me during warm-up. We're pausing because it's unfair. But what it most likely seems to be, I would say, maybe the servers crashed. You know, sometimes when you start the game, the config goes, the server sometimes goes down.
The server info tells me they're still playing, but there are only 11 people on the server. Which
If only there was some sort of way that we could communicate with one of these players through some sort of chat function.
Oh well, stop living in the future, War. We need to focus on the present right now.
Let me just open up my Yahoo Messenger.
I'll get on MSN in case any of them are on there.
I think I've got one of their ICQ numbers as well.
I remember ICQ.
That was like
what
the
a
most
reference.
it was the most ridiculous like chat function ever. It's like everything else was just like a username. What's ICQ? It's like, oh, my ICQ number is 249765217. Have you got that down? Yeah.
Did you get that? Did you have a pen ready? Yeah, we've just seen a pause just to allow the player disconnected onto the server. So it'll be interesting to see how this mid-fight pans out when one player is going to time out basically either just after the mid-fight or during the mid-fight. I believe the player was on Lego, so that might hinder their chances of a first mid.
TLR do need to win this map in roughly 1 minute for us to end this on time.
Well, it's going to be awfully difficult since the cough timer is normally set at 3 minutes, I believe.
It is going to be quite
And it
tough,
doesn't-
but we'll see if they can do it or not.
It'll be place your bets now.
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess we'll just keep going because it seems like we're going to go live soon.
I'm sure
So-
at some point one of these teams could have claimed a default win.
I'm sure they're both entitled to a default win right now, so maybe we should just do that. I mean, everyone can have 6 points each.
I'll talk to Sunny Black and see if he can arrange it so both of them win.
And if anyone gets 0 for the kills in the second map, you, sir, you have a mouse mat. Yeah, so do you think we're going to end up seeing sniper wars while we still have a little bit more downtime?
Well, at the moment,
Between-
I'm more excited to see if we'll see the game start at this rate, because it is almost my bedtime. I am waiting for my glass of warm milk to arrive towards me. I've got a hot water bottle at the ready.
Please don't talk about liquids because I think I might need the toilet already into this cast.
Is it because it's just wettingly exciting?
It might be that, or it might be my dysfunctional bladder. It's probably a combination of both. This isn't even a joke. I genuinely need the toilet already, even despite going twice before the match started.
Admirable made me do like play-by-play casting when I had to do it with him, which I hated because I've got probably the least entertaining voice. So you can go.
Well, if I seem overly excited about something that's not very exciting, it's not some kind of tribute to Scully and Pledge. I probably just need the toilet even worse by then. just to clarify that, I will be at no point doing a tribute to the dynamic duo.
I will. I just every now and again, if crits, I'll just go oh!
and shout about something irrelevant like a dispenser.
Oh, the dispenser clutching it by healing its teammates. Classic. Oh, that perfect healing management from that dispenser.
Uh-oh. Live. Still in warm-up, but live, technically kind of unpaused is what I mean. Knows with the correct words, unfortunately.
And
I didn't say
running the pyro with F2. They've gone for the no medic option.
No medic, no fear, as I believe the saying is in Canada.
Yeah.
As basically their like national motto. No medic, no fear. And we're actually live. This is the first map between The Last Resort and Lego on Viaduct. We're going to see TLR on blue. Lego, the other team, on red, surprisingly enough. They're going to the first middle here. We're going to see the scouts trading a few shots. No real aggression yet. Soldier's going to go early onto the point. That's Nox leading in. Gets one splash rocket on the medic, but will get picked off early. TLR are trying to move across, but a soldier's actually chasing Murin all the way back, so it's just going to turn into a DM fight with no heals. They don't have a HUD, but it looks like TLR are getting the frag. Hellberg was on snipe that mid, will pick up the Cowho. Bit of a straggler frag there. But it looks like Hiss is walking to spawn. No, he's changed his mind and is just going to stick either right side. I don't know if F2 saw that, but that was a convincing mid from TLR. As Hiss brings out the taunt trick. Is that even allowed?
You aren't allowed to use the high five taunt for it.
It's just for high five taunt, that's disallowed.
Yeah, you can't use the high five taunt and use it. So you have to... You can do the normal taunt, just not the high five one. The high five one, you can just stand there. High five in the wall.
High five in the wall. Yeah, so it was actually Natural who timed out in that first engagement. So TLR will pick up the middle and I get in quite a bit of time off, 40 seconds already. As we're going to see the re-push attempt come in from the left-hand side right now. They do get popped kind of early. That's not ideal. And they're going to go aggressive off of that. Dr. Phil jumping up top. Are we just at another pause?
Yeah, at the moment we are playing TF2 like a PowerPoint presentation. This is the second slide of this presentation where you can see Hiss is doing an attempted air pipe on Dr. Phil, but Dr. Phil has certainly not been looking at my blog, and he missed the article where I teach people how to sticky jump.
Is this opportune for a toilet break? I don't know. Still 11 on the server.
Don't worry, I'll handle it.
Are you sure you've got this under control?
Yeah, I will literally just sit there and go.
Maybe talk about whether Merlin will survive this engagement or not. If we have to repush with I'm going.
Go. I'm going to time CommanderX because he's normally quite efficient on this. I'll start the timer as of 5 seconds ago. So whilst I was doing my observations on mid on the first mid fight, I was watching Hellberg. So for everybody, if you want to learn a lesson on Viaduct, if you go sniper at the start, for some reason when a soldier jumped his medic top left, he dropped down under no pressure. He just dropped down for some reason. Because of that, he couldn't get any more shots off. But yeah, we're seeing, I think, from this situation, they started and they've unpaused. Intense. Hiss didn't hit that air pipe. Because Dr. Phil can't sticky jump.
I made it back.
Right, you missed the pause on pause.
Exciting. Did I just hear you say Dr. Phil doesn't know how to sticky jump?
Well, his sticky jump was really, really poor.
Oh, they're live. Crizzle will get picked off. They will regain the point, but that's all they'll get. And Merlin's going to should have this Uber up already. It is standard Uber charge he's running. He's walking through the middle with his demo and soldier sliding around. The ice skates are on, and Lego are just going to forfeit the point for free. No even attempt for the force there. Really passive from Lego. Who would have seen that one coming?
I did, because I predicted it.
Dr. Phil, they're kind of coming in late there, but not really synced up very well. Scout went in, Dr. Phil arrived a couple of seconds later. The Natural was straggling behind. Really simple for TLR to defend that and hold on to the Uber. No real pressure on Merlin at all.
I really don't like the way they are holding, but never mind. I think they're all just going to go for a trade at the moment.
Yeah. I know, I think Merlin's in, you know, there's so many better positions you could have, like, of more advantage. If they put a bit of spam on him, just backs out. F2 just have the Uber as well. They're just going to trade damage right now. The pop comes out first, but it's very quickly responded with by F2. They're going to try and chase frags here, Dr. Phil, but Nox is waiting for the Uber to fade. He wants that Demo Man pick, but he gets absolutely obliterated as soon as the Uber fade. TLR have lost the point. We'll have the faster spawn waves. Calho looks like he wants to lead it in, but no real support from his team.
That was very peculiar. I think too many players on, well, obviously, too many players on TLR died in situations when they didn't need to. And obviously, as soon as you lose the cap point on mid, or actually when you have it, your respawn time is about 11-12 seconds, but when you don't have it, it goes down to about 4 to 5. And they're just not sort of taking that into account and throwing their lives away. There's TLR, the Sniper, and Rake now.
Yeah, F2's nearly got the Uber up. Merlin's about 15% behind, but we're going to walk through. Stickies from Phil are blown. That's going to open the door for them to come in. They've got that Sniper quite a forward position. F2's holding close. He's going to pop into them, actually. He's going with both Soldier and Demo, but Merlin's just milking away. Will finally pop off after that black box rocket. Nox is going to jump deep. Nox wants to get the Medic with this. The Medic is not surfing. F2 avoids him for a bit. But now it looks like TLR is going to clean up all the frags. Dr. Phil arrives from behind. Soldier's bombing in as well. The Medic is trapped here somewhat, but they can't find the frag Natural. Oh, that's Crizzle even going to jump in. But Merlin keeps just moving and increasing the distance. But actually Dr. Phil was in house, so he's just walked straight into Dr. Phil. the classic play.
Yeah.
I'll just back off into this safe house. I sure hope an enemy demo man isn't waiting here for me for some peculiar reason.
I think both teams seem to be making many errors. Especially when the Uber ends. When the Uber ends, it seems like both teams aren't really sure what to do.
They're just kind of going for it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not like going for it on a purposeful aggression. Just kind of, oh, here's some gamers. I'm going to shoot some stuff.
Yeah. But I think they're recontesting the mid again.
Yeah, I believe it's a suicide wave. F2's gone quite far, but it was a suicide wave. Unfortunately, like Merlin's gone down to half health, and you lose what, 5 players, and you get the Medic down to half health.
It's quite a strange suicide wave, considering both Ubers were in fact equal, and they didn't have Uber anyway.
But neither team had Uber. They have the better spawns. They should have just fought it in a standard straight-up fight. As we see Rake get his first headshot of the game. That's Crizzle, and that's for Roma going to go down. That's going to make Rake a lot safer as well. They're still trying to fight this, but Rake's just going to be able to pick off shots. Eventually, he's going to hit someone. You know, just by the laws of probability. Eventually, one of them has to hit. A lot of pressure right now, and Dr. Phil's going to get actually body shot down. F2's quite deep now. He does have just about 100%. He's going to pop it off now. Got that last bit from the scout. They're going to try and chase here, but with not a lot of players down, they need to get that cap time as well. They will get hissed, but F2 gets body shot. Nox is arriving from behind now. Nox gets 1. Nox gets 2, and the scout should surely clean up Crizzle here. Soldier arriving again. Natural needs to hit pretty much every rocket. Dr. Phil gets a second, gets fragged a second time by Rake, and TLR are just going to pick off this first round with relative ease.
Yeah, Lego's organisation on repushes or even pressuring Rake when he was sniping is pretty poor. And I would think maybe Rake will just go sniper again more often, because he was literally not pressured during that entire time on balcony at all.
We actually see Rake off sniper, Hellberg on sniper. Walking cliff this time from Lego right now. Dr. Phil arriving awfully late right there. Hellberg's going to claim the first soldier frag onto the Noct. But Lego are still playing really passive. TLR are actually being the aggressors here. I think they might just be baited forward here. Hellberg takes Merlin. Now the rest of these players should go down with relative ease. Dr. Phil is dropped, and there is a scout behind trying to find the sniper. Rake gets 2 now. Zen will finish that one. Now Hiss is trying to go for a play. F2's only down to 50 HP though, will survive, and better from Lego there. They seem to have a better idea, and they wanted to play passive and just play passive.
Well,
and
Hellberg,
just let Hellberg get the shots.
Yeah, he learned from his last mid where he didn't hit any heads, and he hit heads.
It's the #1 tip when playing sniper. The more heads you hit, the less your team will tell you off for going sniper.
Yeah, it's a golden rule. But yeah, he stayed on balcony, good position, no pressure again. But you can see on this time, someone on TLR was just trying to pressure him just now, which is a lot better than what Lego were doing.
Yeah, they have Rake on sniper as well, counter sniping, so a bit of sniper duel there as they joust around the point. They've actually Ubered in. We're fed up. They were giving a lot of cap time away for free, but now Natural's going to lead it in. He won't be able to get the sniper though. Dr. Phil's going forward on the left now. They pick off the sniper, and TLR is going to back out, wait for these spawns. They don't have the middle point, so they'll get no spawns back quite quickly, even though Calho dies a little bit late. Dr. Phil, I don't think they are going for a forward hold because TLR are already coming out on the left. They're going to walk that cliff side, maybe lower. They have Uber, but Soul Jump's flying in right now. Merlin will hold the Uber. The second rocket can't be landed by Crizzle. And now TLR are even in a much stronger position for this push.
This is the worst position for Lego, because if they send people in to try and force them, that player is just going to have a huge respawn time. They should just let them cap it and then bomb in, and then you get shorter waves. But they obviously aren't playing for that.
Yeah, they just kind of, again, they just kind of give him the point to TLR, no resistance. Hellberg's still sniping from the cliff, but it looks like they're recycling through spawn and coming out a different direction. I'm not sure, it's just a couple of players. Crizzle goes down there, detached from the rest of his team. The sniper should go down now as well, and there goes Hellberg. Soldier comes in, Natural and a scout coming in, but it doesn't look like F2's committed. Is this a suicide wave? I'm very perplexed by this current play from Lego.
Some sort of wave. I don't know if it's suicide or Mexican. I can't quite get a read on the differences at the moment.
Well, it looks like Dr. Phil's opting for a suicide wave as he gets caught out completely by Calho. And are they suiciding again? No, F2's with him. F2's with him this time. Okay, F2's getting onto the point. They've taken the cap back for free. TLR allowing him to cap, but TLR don't want to ramp up the aggression. Both teams just, I don't know, has anyone told them they get faster respawns when they don't have a point? Can someone PM someone? Give them the heads up?
Natural's gone heavy, which isn't very unnatural for him.
I'll just let that one sink in for everyone. Don't want everyone to be overwhelmed with casting and laughing, so I'll bring the cast back in now if everyone's ready. Looks like TLR are going to actually get a pick on Zen. A double pick, actually. Rake's going to claim both kills. Strong opening on this map for Rake. And now that means F2, Natural, and Dr. Phil in an awful position. Natural wants to block, but the Heavy has no power to chase down. They do pop, though. I think Merlin could have milked that more, maybe. Hiss is going to chase him out. Dr. Phil might be caught right now. Hiss hasn't got a lot of support either. Actually, Rake's flanking and Calho's flanking. He does have the support, in fact. Dr. Phil's going to get caught out, surely. Juggled it. Crizzle actually gets 2 frags. Good work from Crizzle to kind of salvage that a little bit. Dr. Phil's still desperately trying to get out on 29 HP. He will make it out, but all the while, TLR's timer is ticking down.
Yeah, Lego, I guess you could say, are unnatural on this map. But yeah, they don't really seem to understand this map, I don't think. I need to write a blog post. Because they seem to be a little bit off on what they actually need to be doing. They have a sniper on TLR, and yet 2 players just still get picked despite knowing this information.
Yeah, I don't know, like, the suicide wave from Lego just seems really out of sync. Like, I don't know, if the communication's not there, if the plan's not there, if they've just not practiced it enough to really have an idea of the timings on this map, or, you know, how long it takes whoever to jump in where.
Yeah.
But it just seems all very haphazard, as they actually now get forced by spam really early. Merlin's going to milk for a little bit, and now this is the situation Nox loves so much. He's going to chase F2. F2's given him the dukes for a while, but he will finish that. There is still a scout behind on his medic, but they're baiting that scout into house. The scout can't go into house. TLR are kind of surrounded here, but they're going to back it out of the house and try and get up, going up top. Meanwhile, Lego actually doing a good job of just taking the point. Get the cap for free there, even though they lose both scouts. And
yeah, I think
it's just really messy right now. Until Kyler comes in, takes down Zen. He's on F2 as well. F2 will go down before Natural can arrive. And after that chaos, really, TLR will recap a point pretty quickly. Only 15 seconds coming off there for Lego.
Yeah, they're not. It just seems very, very strange as to what their plan is on this game, on this map. Sorry, like I think it's like what happens is that they Ubers are exchanged, and are like, now what? What do we do?
That's why they need the blog post war. They need it. as we're going to see Natural Crizzle actually bombing in goes down straight away. So many weak players on Lego right now. Surely they TLR can clean this up. Nox wants to go. Nox knows they're weak. Cowho would take one. Nox will get F2. Merlin is forced. That's the only consolation. But with 8 seconds left, this round is surely over for Lego.
Well, Crizzle doesn't seem to have the pain train, so he's got no hope. If he had the pain train, there might have been a chance, but discussing choice of weapon selection.
Yeah, and I don't know, Lego just don't seem to have really turned up for this game at all, on this map. They don't seem to have...
They're going for the ultra respectable, everybody likes this sort of format with the heavy sniper combo. They're literally on their last legs.
Yeah. Actually, aggressive play here. Kyler gets 2. Nox will be defended by the heavy, rolling out of the heavy this time, but it's given them no position on the point whatsoever, and TLR have just been able to dominate that. Really easy for TLR there. I'm really not a fan of the heavy rollout here. I think you need that soldier aggression on this mid.
I think it's always just luck, but TLR played very, very aggressive. Because it takes longer for a heavy to get into position, they weren't really expecting anything. The sniper got pressure straight away, the scout straight away, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah,
they're still trying to contest the midfield.
There was good work on the flank there. Natural was able to get an early pick, and Nox has to pop into them here right now. Nox will actually find a frag with his Uber, even though F2 Ubered a lot later, but they're just scattered. Lego are just nowhere around. Like, they got the later Uber off because TLR popped into them, but then they just... I think one player, like Natural, someone jumped behind to try and get some more frags on TLR, got separated from F2. F2 was just alone, no one to heal.
I think Natural went through Lunchbox to try and get a scout, he died. Dr. Phil jumped away, and he died. Yeah, questionable choices.
Yeah, we do see a forward hold from TLR, but they have left themselves a little bit short-handed. Hiss actually just about manages to get the trade-off, but Hellbow is sniping again. And with a lot of players down for TLR, it's going to be hard for them to pressure that out properly. Oh. It doesn't matter if Rake just runs in and kills the medic foe.
That was pretty nasty. Yeah, but to be honest, like, if there's ever a point when your sniper's standing with your medic and he's the only one with them, there might be something wrong.
As now we're just seeing like a suicide wave. It's like, I don't know, Lego have run out of ideas. Nothing left in the playbook, and now we're just throwing the book at the enemy team in some kind of desperate attempt to... Well, nothing inside the book is working, so maybe the book itself might work.
And they've obviously just thrown their final book, so I don't know what else they've got left to throw.
The library is empty, much like Lego's chances
words
in this map.
Yeah.
That's... Hellberg will get a snipe on Rake, that takes that away, but just constant bleeding of players from Lego, no real structure to the play. Nox is going to get another one. Soldier behind. Merlin's going to drop. Natural will get the drop. But it might be too little too late from Lego in this map. The snipers again caught out of position, the only one left alive. And TLR opting for the forward hold to delay them without any medic. We'll take Hiss down as I struggle to flick around the map and find the action. Nox actually gets F2 again before Dr. Phil can pipe him. More just scattered fighting all over the map here. And TLR are just coming out on top. Dr. Phil's going to initiate the cap now, but he's now got to fight one-on-one with the scout. Hellberg actually arrives to help him with that one. Natural takes down the sniper threat. Lego's starting to string together a few plays right now. Natural going in again, I believe. Natural will take down Merlin. Natural really following up that drop on him before. Going to get the kill again. Going to take Cowho with him as well. Good play from Natural right now. Dragging his team out of the depths of defeat back into this game.
I think we need a pause because it's been constant fighting. Like, Lego seem to have, I don't know, I think they all just think they're on a DM server, so the only thing that they can do is just constantly fight. Whereas when you look at TLR, they're playing Viaduct how it should be. They're more
picking the
compact
fights
in a line, not leaving any gaps or holes in their plays. But literally, Lego are just treating it like, I can die, I'll respawn in a second with full ammo.
With full ammo. Oh good, I got a frag. Rake's fracked off 2 headshots in this push so far. Natural's going to Uber into block. Natural gets hissed, that's nice. He's going to go deep for the medic though. No, I don't know if that's the right choice. They've not got too many numbers on the point. Natural get eaten up. The rest of the team has actually stayed quite compact on the point. But Rake does have a sightline on F2. And there's the headshot. Poor positioning from F2 really. They know like Rake's run sniper quite a bit. And Merlin's now forced to Uber. but they're just going to be able to clean up every single frag here. They don't have a scouts behind. Rake does though, as Rake pops off a close-range headshot. Soldier coming in. Merlin surfs away. The Soldier gets destroyed. Rake's going to claim another kill. Really strong performances from Rake and Kyler, though. I think... map change. Cut me off, why don't you? I think it's safe to say.
Boy, what happened?
I presume Lego took 3 rounds in the remaining 90 seconds, right? That's going to be the only thing that can happen.
What an absolute silly thing to happen. I will never know how it ended. Ah, what an awful current. I might have to ask one of the Lego players, because I'm sure they'll be more than happy to talk to me right now, how the game went, because they changed the map too quickly.
You know what that's just reminded me of? I don't know if other people remember, but you remember that time, War, you were playing, I believe, when LMV were in a LAN final, and halfway through after you'd lost and you really needed to gather yourself, Byte decides Venice for time to to interview you mid-game, and it was just like the most awkward thing I'd ever watched. Like, all of you are just trying to, like, you know, think of, you know, what needs changing, what needs fixing for this. Byte's asking you questions like, oh, how do you find the LAN atmosphere? Are you enjoying the final stage?
What do you think your team needs to change after losing that first map against Infuse that are sitting next to you? You know, the team that's in Prem versus you guys,
you please
the team in Div 2.
reveal your strats. Could you please reveal your strats to them?
What you're going to do for your next map.
Make sure to speak loudly and clearly into the mic in case Mike can't hear you.
He'll just turn around and go, oh guys, can you just put your headsets on so they can't hear you? Yeah, thanks. Okay, anyway, mate, what is happening? What is your next plan? But that's why we lost.
That is exclusively why you lost. I'm going to bring up the logs right now. Hiss and Nox on the top of the damage. Dr. Phil particularly low, 240 damage a minute. That's pretty bad for a demo man when on this sort of map. Pardon me, what you should be doing is hitting things. I don't know.
One of, like, a certain scout we used to have on our team did that sort of damage.
Dr. Leon's still on the team. War. He's not. He's not left or been kicked. He's still on the team.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but what I do see, what stands out for me right now, is Kylo went 26 for 4 on Scout, which is when you compare that to like Rake went 21 for 12. You know, quite low on damage, but you play a lot of sniper or whatever. But you look at like Zen 10 for 14, Helberg 9 for 12. Like Kylo got more frags than. He got the same amount of frags as Helberg, Zen, and Dr. Phil all put together by himself.
Lego were literally just playing that like it was just a straight-up deathmatch. You know, there's no objective. It's like, you know, they would just fight. They'd respawn and fight. Like, and the thing is, they were doing it so scatteredly as well. You would see, like I remember a part clearly where Natural jumped in to the right side onto mid, but Crizzle was about 2 seconds behind him. Like, I don't know why they would just go in one by one instead of just turning around or communicating, oh, I'm right behind you, let's go in together, where we can be more effective, instead of just jumping one by one. Because of that, like, literally all TLR just... It's like duck shooting. They just had to just sit there, and all that was happening were these Lego pieces being launched at them. And Kyler was just
the instruction book.
Yeah, and Kyler was just sort of just sitting there, just smacking all these pieces of Lego out the sky. And it was just, yeah, it was pretty poor. There was literally no sort of like coordination or any sort of structure to Lego's play. They were just...
You're saying there was a lack of structure in the Lego?
Yeah.
There's a joke in there somewhere. I'm not quite sure where, but somewhere
like
in this.
What Lego need to do, they need to stop putting the pieces upside down and need to fix the pieces together in a row and create a foundation of Lego. And then when the little man comes home from his job, he needs to walk into the Lego house where he can then make dinner. And then that's what they just need to do. If you apply that same logic into TF2...
with a few small adaptations.
Yeah.
You'll
certainly draw on Snake War.
Yeah.